Do you have a lens that you hardly ever use, but sometimes it just comes in really handy? I do. It's this one. This is a Tamron 150 to 600 lens, and I hardly ever use it. But this week, I have had occasion to do so. So I thought I'd share it with you. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for another one of my extra videos that I put out one Wednesday every month when I cover topics that I don't think really fit into my normal weekly videos. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about some photography that I did this week with this lens. So this is the Tamron 150 to 600 lens. I bought this about, I don't know, 9 years ago probably. Kind of had it in mind that I would use it for wildlife. I was using it on a D70-100 at the time, so it was the equivalent of 225 to 900 mil. I never really used it for wildlife, apart from the occasional shot of a bird or something. To be honest, if you're going to be serious about wildlife photography, this is probably not the lens. It's a variable aperture f5 to f6.3, so it's not that fast. And the autofocus on it, although it's not terrible, it's probably not good enough for serious wildlife photography. I haven't actually used it that much at all. To be fair, it's for the Nikon F mount, and I haven't been using the Nikon camera for the last year and a half. But even when I was using the D810 all the time, I very rarely used this lens. And one of the main reasons is it's blooming heavy. It's 2 and a bit kilos, I think, on its own, so 4.5 pounds. So I had to have a very specific reason to take it out, and that just didn't come up that often. Although when we had the 2020 lockdown here and I couldn't go anywhere, it did come in really handy to do some photography off of the balcony, because that was the only place I could do photography outside. And actually, I've done some more photography off the balcony in this last week. Very, very lazy. It was the weekend. It was hot. It was sticky. I really didn't want to go out. It was too hot to go out. There were too many people around because it was the weekend. But I really had the desire to do some photography. And I just happened to look out the window to see what was going on, spotted something and thought, you know what, I'm just going to go out and shoot that. And I grabbed this lens because I thought that would be the way to do it, and right at the last second I just decided to grab the video gear and just shoot some video. Didn't really think I was going to use it, but I thought, well, why not? So here's the first bit of photography with this. Thought it might be some fun to get some shots of the parascending, parasailing, whatever it's supposed to be called. 150 to 600 lens to get some nice close up on it. Keep the exposure nice and fast. So I'm all the way out at 600 mil. I've got the image stabilization or VR turned on. 1/640th of a second. f6.3. Certainly getting some altitude. people in canoes down there. So I'm just going to grab some shots of those while I'm here. Okay, a bit of fun, nothing particularly noteworthy there image-wise, but okay. But then something happened, something arrived that I thought would give me a real opportunity to get something, potentially quite a nice image with a bit of patience and with this lens. What was it? Well, here's the video clip that I shot. So earlier this afternoon, this beautiful boat came and anchored up out just off the beach here. I popped out earlier and took a few shots of it just in case it moved on, but it's still here, and I've come out now. It's a little bit before sunset, and the beauty of shooting it at sunset is it's going to be mostly front lit by the setting sun. So I'm going to be shooting handheld. I've got the D810 and I've got the Tamron 150-600 lens on, and I'm just going to take a few shots as the light changes, just to try and get it with, you know, the nice light on it and maybe a nice little bit of glow in the background. So because the boat is very bright, I'm going to have to shoot quite underexposed. And I'm shooting handheld basically because I need a fast exposure anyway. And I'm going to want to try and fill the frame with the boat as much as possible. Keep the horizon level. F6 1/640th of a second. Looks quite nice. Nice glow on the boat and on the masts. ISO 200 just to keep that exposure time fast because I'm at about 400 mil. Certainly is a pretty boat. So what's the future of this lens? Well, it's certainly not going to be going out on many trips with me because it is too heavy and it's limited use. But it started me thinking there's some potential images, some, you know, kind of different type of things that I could do with this if I plan it right. So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about the possibilities. It might not be for a few months, it might be very specific conditions that I need for it to happen, but keep watching. You may well see this lens appearing again in the not too distant future. And I'm really interested to know, leave me a comment down below, have you got a lens or lenses that you hardly ever use, but just occasionally you drag it out and get something with it that you like? Let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll join me on Saturday, which will be another normal in the field video. If you've enjoyed this video, you know the routine, likes, shares and comments, really appreciated and really helpful. If you've enjoyed this video and you're new here and you want to see what else I get up to, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video. Bye.